Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and so I thought I would go ahead and I'm going to be doing a lot of videos in the next few days, just kind of a wrap up of December and whatnot. But I'm here today to show you the decks I got in December. So it is January 1st, 2021, about 11 a.m. I got 6 decks in the month of December. It would have been 4, but then yesterday I actually went and got 2 more decks. So here we go. And I don't know that they're in any particular order. Well, I guess they will be. These are the 2 I got first. And this first one is and I'm going to move this out of the way here. This first one is the Mystic Fairy Tarot by Linda Ravenscroft. Text by Barbara Moore. Published by Llewellyn. Comes in this little pop-up box here. And I love this deck. A little white book. Love, love, love this deck. Let me see if I can get a little... There we go. Love this deck. It's so pretty. And it's borderless. And I know there's other versions of this deck where there's... I guess the first versions were non-borderless. But it is so beautiful and so cheerful. And it's funny because in the month of December, I've got 3 decks, maybe 4, 3 or 4 decks here that are just not typically my aesthetic. It's very cutesy, and this is one of them. This is the first one I'm like, I don't have anything like this that gives this cutesy vibe. Because I'm not a cutesy deck person, so... I just found it odd. And then my card of the month for December is the Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. So I just thought that was interesting that this, look at that, Death card, beautiful. I just found it interesting that the one time all year long I've got like a nice sweet cups card is the month I'm buying all these cutesy decks in. So that is I just had the box, Mystic Fairy Tarot, and it's adorable. Then I turn around, and it's funny because some of these have been on and off my list. And then this is the Guardian Tarot by Beth Silonin. It is a red feather publishing. Comes in a magnetic box. Look at the little strings here. That's cute. Purple lavender little strings. I love this deck. It's very deep. I couldn't really put it down when I first got it. It's got colored pages, images. It's a little short, fat tarot deck. It reminds me, it's the same cardstock as the Tarot of the She. If once your Tarot of the She is trimmed, it's kind of like the same size as this. This is a little bit shorter, I think, though. But this deck is gorgeous. It's very deep. And again, it's not cutesy, but the coloring is beautiful. And it gives you kind of a lighter, I don't know why some of these are upside down because I don't read reversals. Gives you kind of a lighter take on these cards, but at the same time, it's super deep. And it's almost like, this is the first deck I've ever had where I feel like I'm literally stepping into, like there's a world within a world. Like I'm living in the world, but then I'm seeing for the first time the other beings that are living in the same world alongside me. And I find that very fascinating. Very fascinating. And I just love it. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Gorgeous. These tree people. A fantastic deck. And again, this is one of those that it was on and off my list at the time. It was like something nudged me to get it. It was not on my list. And I'm like, why? And then I get home and I started working with it. And I'm like, okay, this is why. Because it pulls some deep emotional things out of me. And any deck that can make me emotional is worth my time. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. And I don't know why these are all twisted and turned. It's weird. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. It wasn't very expensive either at my local metaphysical shop. I think it's like $22 on Amazon. Super cheap. But well worth it. I mean, the box alone is like magnificent. It's beautiful. So that was the Guardian Tarot. Next we have, the Mystic Palette Tarot. I bought this at the beginning of October. Didn't get it till a couple weeks ago. This is by Ciro Marchetti. This is his newest deck. He has this in full color and in a sepia tone. This is a magnetic box. I did do a walkthrough. Look at that purple ribbon. I did do a walkthrough of this deck. This is also one of the decks that you could pay a lot of extra money and get your name on the back. I didn't feel the need to do that. This is the extra card that's Ciro Marchetti. This is one of the reasons I'm like, I first of all love his artwork. I love it, love it, love it so hard. Love his artwork. And I thought that this was a gold or silver mix. It's actually bronze. It doesn't look like it on camera, but that is a bronze gilding, and it is glorious. So I have so many of his decks now that that are indie. The Encore Tarot has red gilding. The Marchetti Tarot has a purple gilding, and now this one has a bronze, and I love it. I love it. And then this string card is everything. It is probably one of my new favorite string cards ever. It is so glorious. Just lots of blues and greens, which are my favorite. This is like my favorite greens. And look at the blue eyes. And she's like, it's so stunning. And then this death card, the other reason I bought this deck, I love me a good death card. And she actually is holding what looks like a Marseille version of the death card in her hand. This reminds me of the Day of the Dead. It's glorious. But then there's so many cards in here. I mean, all his decks are just stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. There's nothing bad to ever say about his decks. Ever. It's just glorious. And there's always one or two favorites in his decks that I have that are just the whole reason I bought the decks or whatever. It's just amazing. But that is, let me see if I can get, yeah, that's, it's just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous deck. Look at that, the babies. So beautiful. So, so beautiful. Yeah. Gorgeous. So that is Ciro Marchetti's The Mystic Palette Tarot. And like I said, you can get this on his Etsy page or on his website. This full colored version, or you can get it in like sepia tones. And I'm still not sold that I'm not going to get it in the sepia tones too. Because it's either one is just, they're gorgeous. Gorgeous. But yeah, that is Mystic Palette Tarot. So now we're on to the last three. We have the Allison Wonderland Tarot deck and guidebook published by Inside Editions. Tarot deck by Minerva Siegel. This one, because this tarot deck is actually right now it is been expanded date on Amazon to like February now. I got this one at Barnes & Noble, like in the store. I walked in and they had a ton of copies in there. And this actually sticker says Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. And then when you open it, it has the book, which is cool. Quote, full color pages on the majors, little on the minors. And then we have the, there's hedgehogs for pentacles, I think. I don't know where it went. Okay, we have the flowers for wands, hedgehogs for pentacles, spears for swords, and teacups for cups. It is, and it comes with this bag. I think that's because it is an exclusive copy at Barnes & Noble. It comes with a little bag. I love it. None of my other Minerva Siegel decks have bags, but like the rest of my Minerva Siegel decks, It's got the same exact cardstock, which I love that cardstock. It's kind of, I don't know if it's like a rose petal finish. It's just a thinner than like the, I don't know. But like all my other Minerva Siegel decks, it is a partial pip deck. And I'm not seeing any. There's the Knight of Teacups, the Knight of Cups, the Fool. Love it. Because she's got this innocence going on that she has no idea what she's getting into. And then the kitty, and the kitty shows up later. This is the Teacups. There's the Page of Teacups, the kitty. That's one of the reasons I bought this deck. It's so gorgeous. The hedgehogs. And it's so cute. And I just did a whole bunch of, yeah, stuff on this. Look at the tower. I love this tower card. I love it, love it, love it. But that is the Alice in Wonderland Tarot, Disney Alice in Wonderland Tarot by Minerva Siegel. It is printed by Inside Editions. And I don't know why I did that. It's a 2-part box right here. Yep. So we got 2 left. And this might seem a little bit redundant because I just did day 1 of Ethany's 31 Days of Tarot, and I did the last 3 decks in there. This is the Wandering Star. I got this by Kat Pierce. It's published by Hay House. This deck I got yesterday with another deck I'm about to show you. And so far, I'm digging it hard. And it is beautiful. It's one of now 3 decks that I have that are, that's the backs. I don't know if I showed you the backs in the Alice in Wonderland Tarot. Oh well. It's the same cardstock as my Light Seers. Maybe a little firmer, which I actually like. It's got keywords on each card, but they're kind of almost hidden, so it blends into the artwork. I love that it has keywords, though. Love it. And this is, again, not my aesthetic, but it's one of those, just like the Alice in Wonderland, it's like my first 2, like, really cutesy, fun, childlike, energetic decks. And I don't have any decks like that. They're all deep and dark and twisty, and these 2 are very much not. They're very playful, and I love that about them. And like I said in a video yesterday, one of the videos I did yesterday, it's December seems to be all about something shifting and starting to change for January, and just maybe me or my personality, not my personality, but my just my mindset is changing possibly. And so I feel this shift and change, and that could be why all of a sudden I'm getting these decks that I would have never gotten before, is these cutesy, energetic, fun decks. And so yeah, that is the Wandering Star, and it is beautiful and glorious. And up until I got this deck, the only tarot deck that I've ever had that was Hay House published was my Light Seers. And then I bought this deck, and then this one yesterday, the Witch's Wisdom, which is also published by Hay House. And I'm like, seriously, all of a sudden I have bought these 2 decks, and it comes with a great book, and then it comes in the box in a bag of its own. It's glorious, glorious deck. Glorious deck. It's fat cards. It reminds me of the Ancestor Path Tarot. Gorgeous backs here. It is super thick, though, but it is just, I was getting the feels yesterday looking over it, and I felt the same way I did about the Guardian Tarot, where I'm still getting these darker, like, feels from these decks, but for the most part, most of the decks I got this month were fun and playful. This one and the Guardian Tarot are the ones that are just really, it's like, yeah, you can have the fun and playful, but you still need these darker, deeper, insightful decks. And I love that about these decks. I love it, love it, love it. It's so beautiful. The artwork is gorgeous. It's fantastic. And I've watched a couple of walkthroughs because this is one of the few decks I've not really watched a walkthrough of. I knew I wanted the deck. I knew it was on my wish list. And again, this is another deck that at the time I saw it in the store yesterday, it was the last copy they had. And they said they may not get more anymore in Barnes & Noble. It wasn't on my list yesterday when I went in there. And I'm like, well, I better get it. And then I got it. And I'm like, again, why haven't I got this sooner? Because it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And it gives me some deep feels in this deck. And it's just so beautiful. So stunning. I can almost guarantee if I paired it with my Ancestor Path Tarot, it would work tremendously well. Even though it's kind of different in its setup here with the majors. And I watched a couple of walkthroughs. Oh, look at that. Eight of Air. There's no bound. He's already taken flight. I love that idea in this card. Love it. And then this is probably my favorite card in here. The Eight of Water. Look at those turtles. They're all baby sea turtles going into the ocean. And the moon is shining. It is gorgeous. 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 Gorgeous deck. And I can't wait to dive deeper in with it. I've done a little bit of reading and a little bit of looking through it. I did watch a few walkthroughs today, actually, this morning, and it was just like, wow. But yeah, that is the decks I got in December for 2021. And they were remarkable. I love each and every deck I got. It was fantastic. But this is the last one I got, and I'm just like, it's probably one of the best. But anyway, so that's all the decks I got in December 2021. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a fabulous January 1st. Bye.